How about I take it up to the next level?
Oh yeah, I've still got it, baby!
You want to go?
Yeah, so welcome back to whatever podcast name we decide to give this from in like a month, maybe, because we still don't have one.
We're finally trying to nail down some ideas, though, at least.
Yeah, we got some ideas juggling around, but we can't make up our goddamn minds for the life of us. So I think it's going to stay like that for a while until we actually get something. Also, who knows how many of these we have left, because apparently Skype is going to get rid of them all to recorder from its systems in somewhere in December.
Yeah, damn. Well, I still have a few programs of mine, so if anything else, we can resort to those.
I might be able to see if I can get Audacity to record my audio directly, or just the computer sounds in general, so that might work. I'm not sure though.
Will it get mine?
Let's look. Say something.
Hello.
Oh yeah, it does pick up on my system volume, so actually, that might work.
Huh.
But anyway, what we have today is, well, Brandon's going to be doing most of the opinionating because he's the one who actually has a game. Our initial impressions of Storm 3 Full Burst.
It's a mixed bag, to say the least.
Yeah, up until its release, I kept seeing screenshots of it. I was like, I don't know. It looks okay, but I think it's still running too much off the same formula. I do like how all the DLC is on there at least, so it saves the hassle of buying everything.
For most people, that'll probably be the main draw.
Probably.
Because the way Storm 3 comes is in two packages, depending. If you already have the console version of the game on either system, it counts you can buy it as $10 DLC off of Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. And what that is as DLC is it's the boss battle of Itachi and Sasuke versus Dragon Sage Kabuto. In addition to that, it has Dragon Sage Kabuto as a playable character. Moreover, you also have revised and edited all of the cutscenes from the Ultimate Adventure mode, and it also gives you the basic equivalent of Mission 100 from Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Woo!
And all of that into one small compressed package is $10.
For the upgrade or the game itself?
For the upgrade.
Nice.
Which, frankly, I think that's probably the best deal I've ever seen for so much content.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because from any other company, that would be easily at least $25, $30.
Yeah, you're getting quite your money's worth for this one, especially since if you already have the game and you don't have any of the DLC, you can save yourself so much money just by getting this.
Actually, not really, because when you look at it in hindsight, all the DLC on PSN, with the exception of the specialty Sakura costume, is ultimately about $6, $7, $8.
For all of it?
Yeah.
Wow. All right,
surprisingly
then you
cheaper
drop
than I thought it would be.
Then you just drop like $3 or $4 more into upgrading so you can get new game modes and a revamped story mode, slightly revamped anyway.
The cutscenes are debatable. Most people actually say they make it worse because they add a fading effect and they make the colors a bit duller.
That sucks. They do make some of
the brightness bit.
They make some of them more animated from what I've seen, but that was only because of the trailers. I don't know what they actually do in terms of the new story mode or everything else for that matter.
I can't really say for much of what else because I've had it for a month. I haven't really replayed much of the story itself. I'm saving that for when we do our playthrough.
In all its glorious high definition, whatever I get that.
Indeed. But so you get it's $10 as a DLC upgrade. But what you can also do is for people who haven't purchased the game already, haven't decided to sink in for it, is you can buy it as its own separate individual physical game on both consoles and now on Steam on PC.
And in came the mods.
Some of them are glorious, some of them are really dull.
I'll say.
Captain Crunch.
Manga color Naruto. And now I think they have some of the manga color backgrounds too. So now, if you ever want to combine Mad World and Naruto, here you go.
Nice.
Just no blood explosions. That's what sucks. Well.
Yeah. As a new physical game, the way it comes is it's basically a Game of the Year edition. All the DLC, all the previous content added in with it, and it's roughly about $40 new at retail. But if you're smart, you can know where to get it for like $15.
Oh, hell yeah.
Full burst edition.
Hmm.
But also, I actually checked it out in a GameStop a couple of weeks ago. It's really annoying what they're doing with most modern games. There is no manual. And that's not saying much considering the original Storm 3 had literally a 4-page manual, but it's just kind of annoying though. I hate that games are doing that now. I get the push to digital, and that's a topic for a different day, but it's really annoying when all of their guidelines are literally on the inside of the cover.
Yeah. Hey, I have a question about the DLC it comes with.
Sure.
Does it come with a Goku costume?
No, that's still only available for pre-order.
Fuck. This is going to go out like no one's business. Or at least the codes are going to be defunct online, so that's bullshit.
Unless you're like me and you're a little stinker and you find a new copy of it in a store and you just take a picture of the code and then rush back home and then put it on PSN yourself.
I like that story.
I'm a little dick that way. I got it like a month later used.
And then some poor asshole goes to the store, gets their new copy, and oh, the code doesn't work.
Wouldn't be the first time I've done that.
Did you do it with Dissidia also?
No, Dissidia, I pre-ordered that myself.
Oh, okay.
I recently found A Tales of Zillia with the costume code for Amelia Maxwell in it, and swing!
I think we just gave potentially hundreds of people the best way to get pre-order codes. Just go to GameStop, take a picture of the codes now.
Yeah, but that really says something about pre-order codes itself when it's not even pre-order. Pre-order is supposed to be on the receipt. This is just like a little piece of paper they put inside the slit of the game.
Oh, great.
And sends it. And you know how GameStop guts their games, right? They open them up beforehand.
Yeah.
They didn't even bother to take it out.
Huh. Wow.
So they're kind of stupid that way.
Interesting.
Indeed.
Yeah, so about let's just kind of get to the main event, the new stuff they added for the story mode. How does that stuff play out?
One sec.
Okay.
Shout out to Pepsi, drink of the gods.
Hey, I could top that. I was belching in front of my English class today while I was getting a presentation after I drank Coke Zero. That's a surefire way to get an A.
Nice. But so the main draw is basically Kabuto, which most people argue should have been there from the beginning, considering looking at the anime now, his fight actually happens before the ultimate boss battle with Toby at the end.
Yeah.
But how he handles as a character, he's a mixed bag, to say the least. His character is full of a lot of visual flair, but his combos are actually kind of hard to connect with, because they do this one trick where the snakes have to wrap around in order to make contact. And because of the distance, you can't be too far or too close, otherwise you won't hit, or they'll be able to break out of your combo. But because you're so close and he's somewhat of a long-range character, or at least mid-range, I think, it'd be easy to snap him out of his combos and do some damage.
Ouch. Is he very weak to the substitutions? Like, if someone substitute out of his combos, he'd be, like, subject to some very heavy punishing? Or is he pretty safe to that stuff? Because
he's medium all around.
Okay.
Because one of the things he has that's nice is his ability to copy the Sound 4 gives him this one really nice ground shield attack, which he will not stop spamming for the life of him in the boss battle.
Oh, great.
Terra Shield! Terra Shield! Terra Shield! You can just rushing in front of him, just walking in front of him does damage.
Wow.
It's a walk-in attack, kind of like Itachi's, Tsukuyomi Bomb.
Oh, great.
So it's a pretty solid defense, because they cannot hit you with any physical. They'll take damage if they try to do any physicals, and if they try to do any projectiles, they'll just get stopped in the act.
Is Kabuto's awakening instant, or do you have to wait until his health gets below a certain amount?
Ironically enough, his is actually a health awakening.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought he could just access that shit anytime.
Well, normally he can. He certainly does in the boss battle, but I don't know. It's weird like that. He should be, but he isn't.
Weird.
For some reason, it doesn't bother me as much as it should. Like, there are a lot of weird characters in the game who got instant awakenings for no reason. fuck, like Ino of all people got instant awakening. And she doesn't have any fights at all in story.
Yeah, she only did like somewhat of one thing in the Kakuzu arc, and that was it.
Yeah.
Even then, it wasn't really anything important.
Pretty much. But so, for the DLC costumes, we should say, because that's really all the original DLC for Storm 3 was, there's roughly about 40 costumes you get, not counting Goku, Naruto, and Hello Kitty Sakura, and I don't know anyone who would bother paying money for that. Ugh.
Might be some people, just for shits and giggles online.
You know what the funny thing is? That Sakura costume is actually literally the most expensive costume of all.
Seriously?
Because it by itself was $3.
Must be their name brand. That's gotta be it.
Probably, yeah.
As opposed to if they actually made a Captain Crunch Sasuke outfit, it might be that much too.
That is still my favorite
I would drop
thing.
$5 on that. Hell, charge me anything, I'll still fucking buy it.
God.
Thank God for mods.
Yeah. The boss battle itself, I think it's actually really fun. Depending on how you are as a player, it will be harder than the actual Tobito battle itself.
No shit.
And the Tobi battle, because the way the Tobi battle works is the Jinchuriki are all attacking you in sets of 2, and for the most part, their AI is rock stupid, with Han the Five-Tail being the worst of them all.
Okay.
As the horse, he literally just runs around in circles waiting for you to tail beast bomb him. Like seriously, he will not attack you for the life of him.
That's great. Wait, what about the flying one? I think that one's the one that gave me the most trouble, right?
Yeah, the fly, mosquito, gnat, locust, whatever the fuck, Fu, the seven tails is the most annoying because it's highly projectile. And it's really annoying because when you're running around as Naruto before you have Tail Beast form complete, it's really hard and really annoying to hit it because it's hammering your ass.
Awkward dash.
No, even then though, it's hard to hit it because you don't know where exactly you're supposed to hit it.
Oh, shit.
It has an enormous body, and you think its whole body would be a hitbox, but no, its hitbox is located squarely on its head.
Huh. Wow, that must be annoying.
Yeah, but the problem, the thing with that battle that makes it so annoying and so fun is how many phases there are and how long it is. The shortest amount of time that will take you, bar none, half an hour, 20 minutes at a minimum.
Oh god.
For some people,
the playthrough's gonna be so fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I have it set to a mathematical science where I can get it done in the minimum amount of time.
Nice.
If you're inexperienced, it'll run you about an hour long. Without deaths.
Yeah.
With deaths, an hour and a half.
The time I'm going to be playing that for the first time, that's going to be rather insane, to say the least.
Yeah. But the nice thing about that, though, is that that's all phased out. With the Kabuto battle, it's one character with really buffed up stats, with a shit ton of awesome attacks that have homing and deal extra damage, hammering your ass. If he's not hitting you with Tayuya's Ghost Spirits or Jiroba's Rocks that he just throws at you, he is slowing you down by threading out Kitamaru's webs all over the area, and then immediately rushing at you with Kitamaru's Bracken Dance. He is hammering your ass, and your substitutions are as good as useless against him. You will need substitution items to not die. Because he essentially has 8 bars of health. The first 3 go down easy because that's kind of scripted. The next 5, you'll be clinging for dear life to not die. It's a challenge, it's a thrill, and it is amazing in that. It delivers more than the Obito battle.
Challenge your challenge. Repetara Kabuto. I was wondering where I put you.
Indeed. So, you might consider the DLC worth it for that alone, and it might be, actually, because it is a lot of fun.
For essentially what's the super boss in the game, I think that's well worth it. Actually, I've been thinking about what super bosses in the Naruto games for a while now, and the closest I've seen in that is the Shadow Naruto fight in Storm 2. That's really it.
I forgot there was one of those.
Yeah, I looked it up a couple months ago. It looks interesting, but at the same time, not really, because it's just Sage Mode Naruto in Shadow form. Which is going to be fun when we do that, by the way. That's going to be...
Now I remember it. Now I remember what you're talking about. There's this annoying thing in mission mode in Storm 2 where you just have to go around fighting palette swapped clones, what essentially look like reanimations of all the playable characters in the game. You just have to go fight them all over the map.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
I'll go look into that more later. So, tell me, what's the Mission 100 mode like?
What it does, and I guess this for the benefits it reaps to, I guess kind of ties in with what the boss battle gives you. Another feature that they added is for when you beat the Kabuto boss battle, you unlock a wallpaper, a theme for PS3 and Xbox Live.
Ooh, that's generous.
And it's basically it varies from each battle, from each key battle. But what it basically is the highlight of a fight, or some pretty kick-ass wallpapers. Like the first one you'll get will be the Kabuto one, and I think I showed you this before. But it's the one where Itachi is saying his goodbyes to Sasuke for the final time as he dies again.
Again.
And says his final goodbyes and says that he loves his brother and that he always wanted to protect him.
Yes.
So it's him making his final goodbyes in a really, really homoerotic way.
All the bromance.
Indeed.
You should look. When we do the playthrough for that, I'm probably just gonna throw in an edit clip of no homo right as Itachi's fading away.
Indeed. Seriously, he looks like fucking Angel from Tekken when he's fading away.
He kind of does, yeah. It's kind of ridiculous, but I can see they're really hamming up the feels factor for that one. I can understand, but I think they might come off a little too strong.
I suppose it works. It sort of gets the job done.
Yeah.
But so for the mission battle is in a separate mode, in the separate multiplayer modes. It's a new mode added on top of versus tournament survival and practice. And it's the 5th mode. What it basically is a gauntlet of 10 tiers of 10 battles each.
Oh god!
Each of these battles.
It's survival mode from Generations all over again.
No, they're not. They're not all directly linked. You can choose them individually. They're just individual battles. They're not survivals.
Huh? So you can choose which one you get to fight.
Yeah,
that's nice.
You unlock. Every single battle has different sets of various conditions. Use this attack. Get a ring out. Make sure your health is above this. Use this many items, etc. All the various things, which I actually think is kind of annoying in some senses if it requires items, because your items are a finite resource, and this counts somehow towards story, so it actually drains your items from story.
Oh shit! You can't just have a separate inventory for that shit?
No, it's kind of annoying that way. It's your finite resources are drained, but naturally I always have stockpiles of 8 million. And one of the nice things about Storm 3 is that if you play a certain amount of hours, you can unlock 70% off shop coupons.
Oh my god, that's awesome! Hey, is there a shop mechanic in Storm 3 story mode?
There's 3 or 4, yeah. One for forging items, one for buying story content, and one for buying extra content like audio clips, background music, character profiles, etc.
I can tap into my inner Tenkaichi 2 and just buy everything. Sweet.
Basically, yeah. That's a feature they carried over from Generations.
No, really, I have like 6 million Zenny in that game right now, and I can't find enough stuff to spend it on.
I know that feel.
Yeah.
Once you finish buying stuff in stores, your money just basically stockpiles like hell.
Yeah, Generations.
But so there are 10 battles. Each have 2 conditions, or 9 of these 10 battles have 2 conditions. One is beat the character, obviously, and the other is one random condition per battle.
Huh.
The 10th battle, which is the key battle, is the equivalent of a boss battle. No cutscenes, no quick time, just a very difficult battle for each rank, because it's the final battle in each rank. Naturally, it's going to be hard, and it has a third condition which you have to complete and unlock. And I think, and it's weird though, it doesn't count for trophies.
Well, that's kind of a lame excuse to have as a boss battle. But about those conditions, are they like conditions that like beat this boss or beat this character with like an ultimate jutsu, otherwise it screws you over, or is it just like random handicaps?
Random handicaps, use this, do that, beat them in this time, etc. Start with low health.
Yeah.
Various things, which are easily treatable because the way my item setup is 2 sets of health items, 1 set of chakra items, and 1 set of substitute items.
Donzo?
Well, anything really. You can use whatever characters you want. You're not set to any specific condition for characters.
I'm just asking if that's the character you use the most for that. Besides Darui.
A lot, yeah. You know, it's funny. I actually haven't used Darui a lot lately. I haven't really used him much.
Yeah, I could see why. His moveset is very good, but it's also a little on the shallow side.
Yeah, it's very circumstantial in terms of hitting. But yeah, I use Donzo a lot.
Yeah.
Intent for upcoming thing. Donzo is one of the best characters.
Yeah. So, is there any awards for whenever you beat a tier in Mission 100, or is it just all at the end, or do you get anything at all?
After you beat each tier, you unlock another theme for your background.
Huh. That's okay.
So ultimately, you unlock by the end, you'll unlock about 13, including the Itachi one.
Yeah, the story
and
ones.
They're not.
Huh.
Yeah, and they're not just directly put into story. Some of them are just awesome wallpapers, like Naruto standing with the other Jinchuriki. Whatchamacallit? Naruto standing with all of his friends in their war outfits.
Is this like in-game cutscenes, or is it actual art drawn by Kishimoto himself?
It's in-game art, kind of just specifically drawn wallpapers.
Huh. Okay.
Like in-game model wallpaper type things. And they look pretty good. Like one of my personal favorites is my 2 personal favorites are Minato and Kushina holding baby Naruto with the sun shining in the background.
Nice.
Symbolism! And then my other favorite is Minato, Kurama, the 3rd Hokage, and the Masked Man in the night battling.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And they have various other ones, like Kakashi versus the 7th Swordsman of the Mist, the Jinchuriki in general, and there are 2 special ones you unlock at the end. I'm just running off a list here, but there are 2 special ones to unlock at the end. One of them is a direct full-color manga panel of Naruto in one panel and Obito and second mask Obito in the other, like they're about to clash.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
Which is actually pretty cool because it's color and everything.
Sweet.
And the other one is directly related to the highlight of the full burst, which is Sasuke and Itachi about to battle what's his name? Kabuto.
Oh, is it that one picture from the trailer? That sounded good. Is that one picture from the trailer where they're both in Susanoo and they're like it's doing like the 360 shot?
That would be awesome, but no, it's just them getting prepped for battle.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna actually check the wiki right now to see if they have any of those on the wiki. Wiki, hurry up, load.
Is there any other content out of the game in like the shop, or is it just what's advertised?
As DLC itself, it's basically what advertised. The DLC, the character, the boss battle, and the Mission 100.
Oh, it's like more like character portraits for icons or anything like that.
Oh no, they don't give you icons or any of that.
Oh really? Oh, that seemed like that would be the perfect place to put them.
Yeah.
Like that the one rape-faced Madara does when he figure out Hashirama's around.
I think there's actually a separate rape-faced Madara wallpaper. So that's actually pretty funny for them to put in there.
I actually need to go look it up. Should I use that as the cover for this one?
No, I'll find one of them I want specifically to use.
All right.
Let's see what else I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, the way you unlock the pictures, I actually kind of like and kind of dislike at the same time. They are displayed in the background of the mission menu.
Ooh.
So basically, you unlock them fragmented. You unlock one piece of each picture, kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. So there's like 10 pieces to each puzzle, and you'll unlock each piece battle by battle.
Nice.
When you get towards, I think, tier 8 or 9, every individual battle has 3 conditions, and they're all very draining. So each of them is equivalent to a boss battle.
Wow. There's your challenge for you.
Which, frankly, I kind of really need, because I've perfected this game to a point where I can take literally 0 damage against Madara as Tsunade in story mode.
Damn.
Seriously, once you know what you're doing, you can perfect almost any battle.
Yeah. Now you know what this game needs? Needs
What?
some branched out adventure mode with some dungeons thrown in that represent what we got in like Storm 2 with the shadow characters. If not just necessarily that, but like more super boss characters, because I think that's really cool to add.
Yeah. The one thing I was hoping out of this that I didn't get, which I'm still kind of bitter about, is no addition of free battle, free play mob battle.
Oh god, yeah, we need that. That shit's really cool.
It's really fun in story, which makes me sad that you only get to do it 3 times, and 2 of them are Sasuke.
The other one's Darui, which is pretty cool by itself, though.
Yeah, he's pretty fun, handles pretty well in that. Although the timing meter on that is kind of annoying in that particular battle.
Ouch.
But it's really annoying, though, that they haven't added that to it. That's pretty much one of the main things people were hoping for out of DLC, or out of an unlockable mode, would be that.
You think people would just jump on the bandwagon mods and put that in?
I'm really hoping people do, as far as the Steam version goes, because people have gone pretty far with modding and hacking the Steam version, out and out fully removing characters' weapons from their model, removing health bars and substitute bars and etc.
Yeah, what's a heads-up display? It's not here anymore.
Adding blood effects, completely removing the cell shading, making it look really ugly.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
jagged.
pretty bad. Yeah, I just noticed we haven't talked about the mods yet for this game, or at least like what the PC version can do.
Well, is that really technically a feature?
But it's still pretty fucking cool by itself.
I know, but is that still technically a feature worth talking about, considering it's not an intended feature of the game?
Oh hell yeah, we can talk about whatever the fuck we want.
All right, because it's on PC now, it's freely open to mods, and people have gone really fucking far with it in terms of character changes, and in some cases have been really fucking dull with it.
Oh yeah,
Like, go ahead, and you're gonna do your rant sooner or later.
The fucking fan fiction replace all characters of the game with black costumes mods. Christ, I hate those.
Huh, I thought you would have been a little bit more detailed on those, so you hated how everyone just puts everyone in black.
Well, you just summarized it for me then. Huh, thank you.
I guess that works.
That's all I gotta say about that. It's very unoriginal. It's like some people don't even know there's color palettes above 000 for red, green, blue.
Well,
It's not even good blacks, too. Sometimes they just use, like, dark hole blacks where it's just like you can't even see the fucking textures on them anymore. There's dimensions to these things, guys. You can use a very dark gray and get away with it.
Indeed. In case you couldn't tell, we're a stickler for quality. We want the really nice, colorful ones.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why some of my favorites are actually, ironically, a complete opposite to that in Holy Madara.
Holy Madara is actually pretty cool to look at, although I don't like how they took off the bloom effect on the Susanoo, which made it look really fucking crazy. If not a little difficult to see, still pretty fucking cool though.
Which reminds me, actually, they've actually changed the complete color effects for auras and shit.
Ooh.
They've managed to turn Madara's blue Susanoo completely red.
Oh, not like the skeleton itself is red, but he still got the blue aura, like full on red.
Red aura, red skeleton, everything. It's like a blood red.
Hell yeah! Now we're talking.
It is beautiful.
What other Oh yeah, Captain Crunch Sasuke. I don't think that really needs to be elaborated on.
I have a picture of that scene that we're going to put in here right about now.
Okay.
It's my favorite thing. But so what are some other good ones to mention? Oh yeah,
I like Ichigo. I like Ichigo Naruto. That one's pretty cool to look at.
Oh yeah, which one? Regular or hollow?
I didn't know it was a hollow one. I guess regular. Although if the hollow one turns his, oh wait, is that the actual hollow Ichigo Naruto?
Yeah, no, not the full horn form. It's just the regular white hollow.
Yeah. I kind of like the regular one more, but I do like the hollow one by itself. That's pretty cool.
Some of my favorites include Kisuke Urahara Minato.
That's cool.
And what else?
Oh yeah, there's also Edo Tensei Sasuke. That one's really cool. I like that one. And I saw some other dude give Sasuke Susanoo like a crystal effect. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Another good one is Edo Tensei Kakashi.
Ooh, nice.
Which some people actually managed to mod characters into boss battles.
Wow.
So you can have fucking Edo Tensei Kakashi in the boss battle against these 7 ninja swordsmen.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. I was waiting for someone to do that. I was about to ask about that actually, because that's a really cool idea.
They've done it. They just haven't gone very far with it. Like no one's modded. No wait, they did mod. Never mind. They did mod the Madara battle, but no one's modded the Toby battle.
Oh shit. Well, that one you can get away with. That you can get some really cool shit with that one, especially since Toby's got like the plain white mask with the lines on it. You can do some cool stuff with that.
You know, this is a side topic, but I can't decide which mask I like less: direct circles or the vortex.
I found the vortex a little menacing in its own right, if not only for the fact that it was only a single eye, but then I think the alien mask itself is actually pretty threatening.
Yeah, well, that one has 3 eyes, so when he was unmasked, I really expected him to have a Tien-style third eye with a Byakugan.
I think it's safe to say the worst mask of them all is Toby's face itself. That thing's just dull to look at. Come on, I was gonna make that joke eventually.
No, I know, that was actually pretty good, though. Yeah. Let's see, I'm trying to think, what else is there really to talk about this, though, without going directly into talking about the game itself?
In terms of mods?
No, I mean just general content.
General content. We've already covered all the stuff. There's nothing really added to the gallery modes except for getting some cool themes. Story mode itself, we covered Kabuto. Is there anything else they've added to story mode whatsoever, or is that it?
Outside of the cutscenes, I don't think so.
Oh, that's sad. They should have added like a crazy Dante must die difficulty to the game. That'd been sick. If you used something to get a run for me money for.
Any sort of challenge you can add, really.
Yeah, basically. If I would have added anything to it, definitely would have elaborated on the mob battles a lot. You can do so much cool shit with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really add in some of the effects and enemy counts from Ultimate Ninja Impact.
Yeah. Now it's just
I think that
it's just a matter of time until people start getting some really cool mods together that can actually take advantage of that. Get on that guy, seriously.
Come on, 362. We're putting our faith in you.
Do it. Wajin Shu. We need you, buddy.
Regardless, so as a final wrap-up, I'd say this DLC is pretty good if you, in terms of content, because it's the most packaged content I've ever seen for such a low price. If you have the game already, go get it just for that. And if you don't feel like spending $40 on the new version, the official full burst version, you can go to places like GameStop or Amazon.com, find the original version for like $12, $15, and then just buy the full burst DLC for an additional $10. Essentially, so you can get the full package of the game for only $25.
Yeah. Yeah. For my opinion, I've played a grand majority of the Naruto games that are like big, except minus Uzumaki Chronicles, but I don't know if you want to count that or not. I would say this is easily the most jam-packed, content-filled Naruto game I've ever seen in my entire life. And I think this is probably the best Naruto game, period, right now. Even before the Full Burst add-on came out, this was still the best one.
Probably, yeah. I'd say it has the best story mode they ever had, save for Storm 2.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in terms of cinematic quality, Storm 2 and Storm 3, with Storm 3 having a slight edge in terms of just content and boss battle alone, are some of the greatest cinematic games they've ever had. And in some cases, they actually do some fights better than the actual anime did. And that's really saying something.
Nice. So, since we've pretty much covered all of that, let's make this a two-parter podcast. We covered what's now. Let's cover what's coming in the future. Let's cover Revolution. since we're only like 37 minutes into it, and I think we have a stats quota to maintain with doing multiple hour podcasts.
I suppose so. You really want to drag out that time, don't you?
Well, I don't necessarily want to drag out the time. I'm just saying, 38 minutes for a podcast? I don't know, man. We could probably get 2 things Naruto in here.
I suppose. Is this really just because I said before this would be one of our shortest ones ever?
No. Well, I kind of knew this would be really short to begin with, so I was debating beforehand whether we should go into that or not.
Frankly, I'm kind of surprised we managed to go this long.
Yeah.
In any event, I guess so. The problem is that there's not really much to talk about, save for about 10 or so screenshots, because this was literally announced like last Wednesday, I think.
Yeah. Well, and the website's gone up like a couple days ago too. Although we do really have nothing to go off right now besides some screenshots and I guess like 1 or 2 musical pieces, and that's it. And a website if you want to count that. Although I have been dissecting
that and some silhouettes. all I have to say about that silhouette is Yamato has now become a full-on Mokujin. That's all I have to say about that silhouette.
It basically
Don't tell
is.
me you weren't thinking that. Don't tell me you weren't thinking of Mokujin when you saw that.
I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at first, but when you mentioned that, I was like, holy shit, you're totally right. Huh. Yeah, but they've had Lars playable in Storm 2 before, which, by the way, I'm totally doing a week of that sometime, by the way. I have been dissecting these cutscenes very closely, though, and I've noticed some things. For starters, we have Naruto in full-on Nine-Tails chakra mode. Not just, like, the initial chakra mode, but, like, the full-on cloak and everything chakra mode playable. And then, frankly, that has me hyped. That should have been in the original Storm game, actually. Well, Storm 3.
Definitely.
Yeah, another thing to notice is Sasuke now has an Amaterasu sword. He can dual wield with his regular sword. Which is... Okay, I guess my absolute hatred for Sasuke is slowly wearing off now because he's actually doing some cool stuff, I suppose. I'll never stop making fun of him for the Hokage Summit, though. I will never let that go.
That was his dumbest moment, but probably had some of the better fights.
It had some of the funniest content ever, and that is single-handedly one of the things people make fun about him for. And I will continue to do that for all time.
It is one of the dumbest things he's ever done, yes.
Yeah. And now I'm looking at it objectively. This looks to be like one of the most what-if heavy Naruto games that we've gotten since like Revolution 2. Clash of the Ninja Revolution 2, by the way, not Storm Revolution.
Yeah, you want to bring up the difference now? For clarity's sake?
The characters?
No, for clarity's sake, the difference between
yeah, that's right.
Storm Revolution and Clash of Ninja Revolution.
We're talking about Ultimate Ninja Storm Revolution, not Clash of Ninja Revolution, the series. Although we still need to get fucking Gekko Ninja Tyson Special over here, guys.
Wii is dead. It's not happening unless it becomes some sort of downloadable classic on Wii U.
Probably Wii U. Yeah, I'll probably get ported that. Kind of like how they just port all the characters from EX 1, 2, and 3 into the new game when it hit stateside.
Revolution 3, yeah.
Yeah, basically. It was basically just a giant roster update, and that was it. Anyway, so this game looks to be like the most what-if content that's ever been packed, that's actually been out as a Naruto game since, like, what was that one game? The PSP one, Ultimate Ninja Heroes 2. Although it doesn't really have original characters.
That was Heroes 1. Heroes 1 was an original story with just some poison tower or some shit that was really stupid.
No, that was the second game.
Heroes 2 was essentially its own thing, kind of. There was technically some filler content in Heroes 3, but that was literally just filler content. It was over before you knew it.
Yeah. There's the other filler content. We have the second half of Ultimate Ninja 2. And then Revolution 2, you guys have already seen that. That game's just its own thing altogether. That's about it, really. We've never really delved too much into what ifs. No. Dragon Blade Chronicles.
I forgot that existed.
Yeah, I did too. That's gonna be very boring to Let's Play. You should probably just skip that.
Was that going to be on you, or was that going to be on me?
It's gonna be on me, because I like to play the shitty games.
Alright, that reminds me. I'm sending you a link right now to Silicon Era with all the individual screenshots as pictures.
Ah, bueno.
So you can display those throughout the video.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit this up into the 2 different parts. But yeah.
You're really gonna do that?
Well, probably. Well, it's not gonna be 2 different videos. It's gonna be 2 different halves.
Oh.
Yeah. Sasuke and Naruto already combining their shit. Nice.
So this pretty much immediately tells us that this is going to go far beyond the bounds of the anime.
Haven't seen this one. What is this picture? Oh, it's combined attack actually hitting Toby. It's kind of weird how they went so far ahead with Storm 3, but now with this new game, we're kind of taking a step back and just expanding on what we already have.
The way I'm concerned about how a story is going to handle is if they're going to make it to where the new stuff is its own separate mode, which, for all intents and purposes, it probably will, unless they pull some bullshit like making Mokujin Yamato over there be the fucking sage or something, because we've never actually seen the sage in person.
Yeah.
And if we're being real, fucking everyone who's ever appeared as a silhouette has the same fucking hair. Toby, Yamato, Pain, Naruto, Minato, etc. Everyone has the same fucking hair in silhouette.
They really do.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it's like the sage or something.
That would be really fucking weird, but I can get down with that at the same time. Oh, and it's good to know Naruto can use Tail Beast for Sengons in the Tail Beast form. Although I don't know if that's going to be his jutsu or that's going to be his ultimate. Probably going to be a miniature version. Oh, wait, no, it's going to be his jutsu because there's a screenshot of him doing it on a regular cutscene. That's pretty cool. What the hell is this one? Naruto's got like a silhouette on him. That doesn't look like anything special.
There were a lot of pictures to come out. One of these ones that I really like is just the fucking head of Kurama coming out as in a combo to attack Obito.
Ooh, I'm seeing that now. That's really cool. Wow, I didn't know this beforehand, but apparently I was looking at this, and apparently the energy-based Kurama that Naruto summons is actually a 1-to-1 scale of the original Kurama, too.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know about that. I thought it was, like, downscaled because Naruto looks like he'd be, like, a hell of a lot smaller than Ninetales, but no, it's actually 2-scale.
Well, when you look at Naruto inside Kurama's world, really look at him. He's like 1/200th his size.
Yeah, he really is. Although I think that in some instances it was kind of exaggerated for the fight's sake, or if the animators just can't really get the scaling down. But that's not here nor there.
I'm looking at one of these screenshots, and I can't tell if he has an aerial jutsu in Tail Beast Bomb, or if that's a cutscene from his ultimate.
Is it the one where he's hovering in the air about to fire off one?
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, isn't the roster in this game supposed to be like over 100 characters or some shit like that?
Yes, but that's not saying much when every single character's own form counts as its own character, and Storm 3, if we're being technical, has like 92.
Oh, okay. At least we're getting new shit, I suppose.
So it doesn't really count for much of anything.
Yeah. Although I'm pretty sure this is going to include the characters that were omitted from Storm 3, such as the third Rate Kage, a lot of the previous other Edo Tensei characters that weren't brought in, which really should have, because they seem fleshed out enough to be their own characters.
I'm going to call it now and say they're still going to dick over the fans and not do it. because it's actually funny. One of the producers of the Storm games actually has appeared at multiple conventions before the announcement of Full Burst, saying they were looking into making the Edo Kages and Edo Swordsmen as DLC for Storm 3, but look what happened when Full Burst was announced. Nothing came of it.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
straight up lied to their faces at convention appearances.
But then again, Namco, I've noticed, is kind of unstable with some games they handle in terms of DLC. Like Soul Calibur 5's DLC is just completely wrecked. So I'm not really surprised, but I am disappointed still. It really should have been a thing.
You want to see a real bad example of DLC from Namco? Look at the fucking Tales games, Tales of Graces F and Tales of Xillia. Their DLC is 1-to-1 in terms of cost between America and Japan, which they shouldn't do that.
Oh, no.
The costumes and DLC costumes in Japan for like everything ever are basically $3. In America, they're supposed to be about $1 per character or be done in packs. They're done at $3 to $5 per characters, and we didn't even get any of the good ones in America. They didn't even bring any of the good ones over. Like, fucking, they do cross-promotion on these games. Some of the best costumes that game ever got, in Japan at least, fucking Code Geass skins were all the main characters of Tales of Graces F. And we never got those here in America.
That's so dumb. But then again, I suppose the fact that they exist is nice, because Soul Calibur 5's DLC team was disbanded before they can even push out a third of their content.
They have fucking $90 worth of content there, and that wasn't even a third of it.
Yeah, that wasn't even a third of it. They were trying to release all the characters' costumes as downloadable outfits. They only got through like a third of the roster before the DLC team was disbanded.
What are you, Capcom?
Exactly. At least with Capcom, they'll push all the shit out, but make it really overpriced.
Get your shit together, Namco. Seriously.
Yeah.
2013 has not been a good year for them.
Well, Soul Calibur 5 was 2012? Yeah.
2012 was not a good year for them, I guess.
Probably not, no. But yeah, but I suppose that's for whenever Soul Calibur 5 gets tackled. It's got a short enough story mode, so I'll do that.
Ultimately, though, I just hope that if they do DLC with Revolution, it's better than Storm 3 is, and it provides actual content, not just random costumes. For as much as I love seeing Naruto in a fucking gondola, I hate that German costume.
Yeah. That was a little ridiculous, but also still kind of hilarious.
Napoleon Crunch is my favorite thing, though.
Oh, hell yes. So, yeah. Also, we've also been confirmed, since we've been kind of teary on this for a little while now, it has been confirmed by a scan that Kishimoto himself could be drawing new characters for the Revolution game as the what if story unfolds. We don't have any other information to work off that, though, other than what we were given, but it seems to be promising, considering we do have Mokujin and Yama to look forward to. I'm sorry, I will never let go of that.
You're welcome. That's kind of why I didn't want to tackle this so soon, though, because with only a week's worth of information, we can't really say anything at all, except for the fact that it's really advancing the manga, and we really have nothing else to talk about, except for the fact that they're pushing it by adding in maybe 3 or 4 characters that were never there in the first place.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I'm just concerned about how this is going to handle. The one problem I have with this, that actually was a problem that began with Storm 3, is lack of differentiation between it and the Dragon Ball Z games. One thing that I've liked about the Storm games as a whole before this was that they separated themselves from the Dragon Ball Z games by taking 2 to 3 years between every individual game to add their own little refinements and nuances to make the gameplay better, make the story better, add a little touches to the graphics, make everything handle and run smoother, better, etc.
Yeah, there really is a lot of effort dropped into the Naruto games.
Think how much time it takes to actually produce those story modes that range from 6 to 12 to 20 hours, depending on your playstyle. Those take a long time to produce, and I liked how well they worked with how they worked. You didn't play any of the in-between games. They were amazing. They had their little nuances and refreshments and refinements that made them amazing to play.
Yep.
I fear that by making it a yearly installment series, that every game is going to become less and less refined each time. Mm-hmm. With less development time. That's my main concern for it, which is actually why I kind of disliked that Storm 3 came out as soon as it did. Don't get me wrong, I love the game itself, it's a great game, but I feel like they should have held off until 2014 on 2 counts. 1, getting the Kabucha battle there in the first place, and 2, going farther with the manga, because where they stopped the Obito battle in the manga was literally right at the beginning of that battle, basically. So there wasn't really a lot to offer, especially considering how much of the war they skimped out on. If I'm being real, just from recollection alone, there was not even 10 full fights from the actual war itself to constitute story mode, and that is a problem because look at how many characters were revived and added to the actual manga itself for the war. Fuck, they have a cutscene that shows off all of the characters in-game that were revived, and they didn't do anything with it, at all. They showed, 20 or 30 characters, and you fight, in the end, 10 of them, maybe, tops.
Huh. Well, I'm looking at this from a little more of an optimistic sort of point. Not really in the content department, but in gameplay refinement department. I say that because the jump between Storm and Generations, the big thing that was added was a substitution bar, which you can argue that either broke the game or added a new layer of depth to it. Me, I'm more leaning towards it kind of broke the game, but that's something else entirely. The jump between generations in Storm 3 was, well, a number of things actually. One, they added Instant Awakenings, which put a lot more usability on some characters and kind of broke Naruto because he could just freely access Kyuubi Chakra mode all the time. And did they offer any other sort of gameplay mechanics to Storm 3 for Generations? I think they did.
Instant Awakening. Items, full free use of items.
Alright, well that'll do it. They did, and every time they make a new Storm game, they always update with some new cool stuff that either balances it or gives some characters some really cool usability. This game, I'm really looking forward to how not only is Naruto's full Nine-Tails Chakra mode being playable, but also the idea of giving Sasuke an additional sword. Not necessarily the sword itself, but more the idea that they're going to expand on gameplay elements. I think that the big gameplay mechanic they're going to change is how combos are worked in the game. Because up until now, Namco must have realized that the major way anyone deals combos is either by abusing tilt attacks or using chakra cancels, or chakra attach cancels, which basically just propels you to an opponent very quickly and pretty much cancels out any animation. I think
that was a feature actually added in Storm 3/Generations. That did not exist in 1 or 2.
Really? I thought chakra dash canceling was in Storm 2.
No, it wasn't.
Huh.
You could try, but the problem is that after your character finished a combo animation, they lied still for 1 or 2 seconds, making them basically idle for too long to actually do a rush. By that point, they would have already landed on the ground after a combo, making it impossible to hit them.
Do they have tilt attacks in Storm 2?
Nope.
Damn. I'll have to go look it up. I'll have to look it up later. Yeah, so my big the big thing I'm looking forward to this game is how they're gonna revamp the combo system, make it a little more user intuitive. Like how
that reminds me actually. Bring back left and right combo. Seriously.
Oh hell yeah.
In Generations and Storm 3, they completely removed left and right stick combos. Like, they completely took that out for all characters.
Yeah.
But in Generations, they didn't even add any for the characters they put in Generations. Which is annoying because the characters from Storm 1 and 2 that were in it had them in it to begin with.
Yeah.
My problem though is how they're going to abuse the roster. Is it just going to be all 92 characters from Storm 3 with 7 or 8 new characters, or is it going to basically be Storm 3 mixed with Generations with Mokujin Yamato and that tailed beast we saw in silhouette as his tailed beast form?
I like to imagine it more as the Generations mix, but more adding a lot of original stuff into the game too. I'm not really sure how they can do that since I'm nowhere near as fluent with the Naruto lore as I am Dragon Ball Z as of late. But I can see them working with some pretty cool stuff, especially if they... Oh no, you know how they can buff up the roster quite a bit?
Oh.
Bring in the movie characters. Like, shit, I can imagine Sai would actually be pretty decent as a playable character. No, Sora. I can imagine him being pretty cool.
That's a filler character.
Yeah, filler characters. We've had so much filler and so many movie characters added. Naruto games haven't really taken the Dragon Ball Z route as of late, with adding a lot of the movie and filler characters into the game's playable. So I think if they were to do that, they could easily double the roster if they really gone BT3 with the shit and really blew it up.
The problem is that there were no real filler characters out of Part 1, and in Part 2, there were only 3 real filler arcs. The first being the arc with Sora, which was really meant just to boost Asuma's popularity before his death.
Yeah.
And the second being the hunt for the Three Tails arc, which the main character of that was Yagura, which is already in the game. And after that, the only filler arc.
No, there was a crystal user chick who got my nerves very quickly because that filler arc was way too long.
News to me. And outside of that, the only other filler arc that's technically its own thing is the arc right before the Pain Invasion, which is centered completely around Utakata, the Six Tails Jinchuriki.
Yeah.
Who actually, after watching that, in hindsight, was more of a dick than I initially thought.
Yeah, he kind of was a dick.
he was a dick when he first appeared, but I did kind of like how that ended with him sacrificing himself to pain to save his village.
Yeah, I like that quite a bit.
That's a nice touch, and it's actually nicer because it shows that it showed that Tendo Pain had a bit of honor.
Sweet. Is that the one that had the gravity abilities?
Yeah, Tendo Pain is the main one.
Sweet.
Yahiko.
Huh.
But one thing that people have been clamoring for since Storm 2, which I guess they could add, but most definitely will not, is adding individual forms of Pain as their own playable separate characters.
No, I think that padded the game out way too much at that point.
Yeah.
Which, granted, it is a nice idea on paper, but I don't see how to go execute that, especially since not one individual Pain had a lot of fight time other than Tendo Pain himself.
They could do it. They would just have to do it the same way they have Naruto and Sasuke, where they have like 6 slots for one form.
Oh, yeah. Or
6 forms in one character slot, and they count as separate characters because they have different attacks.
Yeah.
They could count like that, and honestly, I think it could work because even if they didn't have much fight time, they could invent combos because every one of them had their own individual fighting style. Like, one of them was entirely taijutsu, one of them was entirely ninjutsu, one of them was a fucking tank. And I mean that. I don't mean, like, defensive. I mean he had a fucking tank cannon in his fucking forehead.
Oh, wow.
Seriously.
That's pretty impressive.
They could do things like that and it would work. Just don't go the route of Ninja Heroes 3 where they're literally just costume swaps.
Yeah. So there's two more gameplay mechanic things I want to talk about before, since I kind of forgot about them beforehand. The first being the idea of actually having team jutsus in the game, since looking at this and how Sasuke and Naruto kind of combine Chidori and Rasengan, I can't help but think that's more promotional art than anything else, but I like the idea of adding in team supers.
I think that's just going to be a cutscene.
It might be, yeah. And the other one is, actually, I mentioned this to you before, but I want to mention this to the audience. Multi-tier awakenings.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a really cool idea.
The same way as kind of bringing that back from Ultimate Ninja 2 and 3.
Sort of, yeah. Like I mentioned before, Storm 3 really brought out a lot of usability in characters with instant awakenings. I'm thinking that since some characters have multiple technical forms they can have as awakenings, like Naruto, he can go basic chakra mode or full-on cloak chakra mode, or Sasuke, how it's technically got like 3 different Susanos available to him. You can really play on this, and if you have like the first form usable via awakening, and you have the second mode via when you drop a health bar point and you have to charge it, I think that could probably add some cool different gameplay styles you can play around with for these characters, and definitely give some characters some cool usability, like maybe different levels of release with guys hitting gates. I think that'd be cool.
Guy actually has the technical multiple release in Storm 3. The way it works is you go Instant Awakening, and you can do one of 2 things. You hit left trigger to go down a gate, and instead of draining his health, it'll vastly drain his chakra with his physical attacks going way up.
Huh.
If you change it, if you go up to the 7th gate, what you can do is it'll vastly drain his health, but his chakra attacks go way the fuck up.
Wow, nice.
So it already exists. It ultimately depends on which variation you want. The problem, though, is ultimately in the end, your defense is fucked after that. Your defense is basically broken at that point.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, once you use an awakening, that was kind of a trade-off anyway, but there you go.
Which reminds me, actually...
Oh, there's actually one other thing I want to cover in terms of gameplay.
I was actually going to mention one, but okay.
Going the route of Raging Blast and having supers and ultimates selectable to your characters.
Yes.
I think this is the big one, considering we still have 3 forms of Naruto playable that look basically exactly the same, but have 3 different supers. So it's really more relegating. It was a problem in Generations also, not necessarily Storm 3, how he had 3 different forms, but each one was basically just for different supers and ultimates. Like, he had the Tail Beast for Sengon, you had... which also went 4 tails, by the way. You know what? That should be pretty cool. Just being able to select which awakening you can do. But I'm not sure that'd be cool by itself.
That brings me back to something, actually. Generations had the best form of Sage Naruto ever. In Storm 2, he was useless. In Storm 3, he's very mid-tier.
Yeah, damn. Generations, he's absolutely busted.
Absolutely. He is one of, if not the best in Generations.
Oh, yes. Being able to grab while you're guarding. My god, the mind games you can have off that, it's amazing.
God damn it, I forgot what I was going to say.
What?
Oh, yeah, there it was.
Alright, yeah, that's basically all I got. Just go the Raging Blast route. You can save so many character slots and really cut down the roster immensely if you do that. Although I'm not sure you should go like with what Ultimate Tenkaichi did with just compressing Future Trunks, Super Trunks, and regular Trunks into Sword Trunks, which basically just made him a giant compilation of like everything that he did. I think at that point you're just really limiting yourself, so just try to keep it balanced and you're good.
You can do that. Just make up in multiple forms of that one character.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say is they added a feature in Storm 3 that was not in Generations that a lot of people like and hate at the same time.
What's that?
When a character goes into Awakening, they are still vulnerable, essentially. What that means is if you can get a combo off, you can still get them to be absolutely destroyed.
Oh,
and
yeah.
by extension, you can make it so by extension they're fully vulnerable to ultimates. You can hit a character out of their Awakening by using your ultimate on them.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty good setup.
People like that as a way of gaining back ground so that they don't instantly die against, say, excuse me,
Burpee say.
Eight-tailed Killer Bee using fucking Light Hack. Because Light Hack, which is basically his Chidori type thing, which is a projectile actually, which is really cool, is basically instant death. It takes away like 80% of your health bar.
Oh yeah, I think it's busted beyond all belief. I think it's really good.
So yeah, people like that because you can gain back ground so you don't instantly die. But on the other hand, people say that basically destroys all of Awakening mode's function if you can immediately be hit out of it and lose.
I suppose so. But then again, look at someone like Kisame, who's got one of the craziest Awakenings in the game.
Is his health-based or instant? I forget.
His is health-based. If it was instant, you wouldn't see nothing but Kisame's running around tournaments.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. The one thing everyone's been complaining about since Generations, balance out the characters. Make them even. Because of course, to this day, all you ever see online is just fucking Madaras.
Oh yeah, easily.
No one, which is actually sad though, because from my experience, he actually doesn't handle that well. Characters move slightly out of the way, and your Susanoo's completely out of their reach.
Yeah, but you have also Chakra Dash to compensate for that. So when you think about that, Chakra Dash is really just your way of making yourself safe no matter what attacks you with.
You might actually say that Chakra Dash is basically the most broken mechanic in the game, because that's what gets you all of your combos.
I just realized that, yeah. That's what really nets you your damage and what saves you if someone substitutes. Which really, if you have no Chakra, that basically makes substitutes useless.
It's basically equivalent to giving Mega Man the Mega Buster. You have other techniques, but really, are you going to use them when you have an immediate way of dealing such intense damage?
Yeah, basically.
Is there anything else really to cover?
Not really. Not that I know of. Besides what... I can't really think of what we have for what if characters, since that's all in Kishimoto's ballpark right now. We've covered all the gameplay mechanics I could think of. Maybe having equipable costumes, like Raging Blast? I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I guess at that point, that would really make Sasuke a jack of all trades for all his forms, because then he'd have the first one, the vest outfit, the Akatsuki cloak, the Hokage summon outfit, and his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan outfit on one set.
Equipable and removable items from the costume. I want to remove that fucking pretzel.
The pretzel man.
Seriously, everyone from the Sound Village wore that fucking pretzel except for Kabuto, and I want to remove that fucking pretzel. What the fuck is it for? Is a regular leather belt not good enough for you?
Apparently not, no.
That brings me to another point, which I kind of actually want to ask all 4.5 viewers. Do you want the free roam or not? Do you want just a battle selector like in regular fighting games like BlazBlue and whatnot, or do you want the free roam as it is, or do you want it to be fully expanded? The way I see it is and this is how I am on a lot of things actually.
Yeah, do you basically want Storm 2 or Generations?
All or nothing. All or nothing. No, Storm 2's was actually pretty bad too. Storm 1 was where it was at. Ooh. You can jump around on fucking buildings. Jump from building to building Assassin's Creed style.
Ultimate Ninja 3, I miss those days. You know, they didn't really have it was kind of just two different modes with that.
Indeed. No, in Storm 1, you can go fucking Assassin's Creed in terms of jumping on buildings.
Oh yeah. That I think was cool.
The problem with Storm 1, though, is that you were limited to just running around the village.
Oh, man. That sucks. Even though it was quite a large village to begin with, but still.
What's nice about that, though, is that the village in that game is the size of the entire free roam in Storm 2 and Storm 3 combined.
Oh, my God, really?
Yeah, it's fucking enormous.
That's great.
But Storm 2 and Storm 3 have the same one that's very stripped down, very small. You're going a lot of different places, yeah, but when it's all just one long 13 of a hallway, it's really kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Expand it to high hell or get rid of it entirely. Just go off a fight selector with cutscenes in between.
Ugh, I would not want a regular fight select for the next Storm game. That would be so boring.
You wouldn't want just a fight list?
No. Dude, I want a full fucking free roam of game available to me. I love games like that. Hell, Sonic Adventure is what turned me on to stuff like that. I play Sonic 06, so I haven't been turned off to it yet.
So that's exactly what I'm saying, though. Make it all or make it nothing.
Yeah.
Don't do what you've been currently doing, because what you've been currently doing doesn't work.
Yeah, bring in elements of what, Budokai 3 and Tenkaichi 2 did. Being able to recruit characters for your team. Although, wait, can't you already do
that? Once you beat the story mode and you go talk to Tsunade, you can add literally every playable character in the game to your team of 4.
Oh, that's
Naruto in the lead, of course, but you can add any 3 characters you want, even supports, to your team.
I can run around with the team of Itachi, Jiraiya, Pain. Oh, the list can go on. The possibilities, man.
I think right now in my team I have Kurotsuchi, Chojuro, and Darui. But before that, I had Nagato, Madara, and Minato.
I'm surprised you're not running Nagato. He's just really good.
He really is, yeah. He's one of the best characters in the game.
Shit, he's got a Buster Cannon usable in his Awakening.
Yep.
I love that.
Also, his and Itachi's are, I think, the 2 prettiest ultimates in the game.
Yeah. Oh, without question, dude. Hell yeah.
Just those beautiful cinematic effects.
I'm gonna trap you in a moon. I'm gonna shoot a Mega Buster at it. All in a day's work for Nagato. Now, if only he weren't crippled, so he could do all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's what could have been, and that's what was in Storm 3.
Which reminds me, for the sake of keeping this to Revolution, how do you think this is going to advance as a franchise? Do you think it's going to be the difference? Do you think it's going to be the difference between Storm or Ultimate Ninja and Storm, or do you think it's just going to be an addition to Storm, not being anything different? Because while Storm was its own thing, it held the Ultimate Ninja title still.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just going to be an addition to the Storm series, because I see this as more of a refinement for Storm 3, as well as trying to test new grounds with what they can do with it.
What do you think they're going to add in terms of extra modes outside of story?
Extra modes. I'm not sure how I can answer that with a good answer, but I'm just trying to run down the list of all the past Naruto games I've played in my head. You want me to just run down the list of what they had in Storm 3? No, hang on. They had missions back in the first Ultimate Ninja, but I don't really see that being brought back anytime soon. Ultimate Ninja 2 didn't really have anything of worth outside of story, outside of minigames, which were kind of dumb by themselves. Ultimate Ninja 3 was pretty damn good with how it handled free roaming and its own separate mode, and story mode was its own thing. But, I don't know. I do want to still try Ultimate Ninja 4, and I want to import 5 too. I think 4 does technically have its own free roam, and it does do that whole time gap between the first series and Shippuden with Naruto and his training. And Brandon's off to Google.
No, I'm just checking the value of 4. You can get it for like $15.
Yeah, 4 is pretty good, but I have to go online onto like eBay and import for like $30. It's all in Japanese dialogue, but it's gonna be in English text.
That's 5. 4 by itself is like $15.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about 5.
I know, but I'm gonna check. Well, let's see how much 5 is.
Be sure not to get it from PlayAsia.com because they still do imports from that.
Oh hell no!
And I'm still looking. Wait, is the PS2 region free?
Nope.
Ah, fuck. I'm gonna have to get the extra replay then, and I don't even have one.
Yeah, that's about $40 still.
Ooh, boy. Even though it looks like Ultimate Ninja 5's gameplay mechanics are what you wanted of the mob battles in Storm 3, which is funny.
They brought that back in, and I think somewhat perfected that Impact. Some characters handle really well, some are really awkward. An example of a really good character from Impact is Conan. She handles really well because she's entirely projectile-based.
Oh, yeah.
Range and projectile-based.
So she's basically the Coyote Stark of the game.
Kind of, yeah.
Sweet. All that and hot. Damn, what a package.
Huh. That's actually a pretty nice deal.
What's up?
eBay, $40. All 3 Ultimate Ninjas with Chronicles and Chronicles 2.
Ooh.
$40. $40.
Anyone out there want to go snag that? I already have the first 3 Ultimate Ninja games, although I probably need to replace my Ultimate Ninja 3 disc because that's kind of scratched up from age. I never owned Uzumaki Chronicles, though. That's like one of the few series I haven't touched yet.
You know what's ridiculous? People are still selling the DLC promotional code from Neon Alley for Storm 3, which contains Samurai Naruto, Kimono Sasuke, Schoolgirl Sakura, Swimsuit fucking Tsunade, and Ando Itachi. People are selling those codes on eBay for $6. And you know what's ridiculous?
Wow. What?
Neon Alley still has that as a promotion bonus for signing up. To this day.
Oh my god.
To this day, that's still there. You don't even have to pay for it. You can just get a week trial, get the code, and be done with it.
Holy shit! I should totally do that. Damn.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, shit. That gets rid of that problem. Although doesn't Anbu Itachi already come with the DLC included in Full Burst?
Probably, but as a separate thing in case it doesn't.
Okay.
Because Full Burst for me was initially kind of wonky. It didn't accept some of the characters, some of the DLC at first.
Yeah, you told me about that. I had the same issue with Tekken Attack Tournament 2 where it came with the DLC, but it didn't register at first, so I just kept playing, and eventually it did unlock by himself. It's kind of weird, but I don't know. I guess some games just are strange with compatibility on DLC. So anyway, any final impressions you want to give of Revolution before we wrap this up?
Hello, $16 Ultimate Ninja 5 on eBay.
Buy that. I'll pay you back tomorrow.
Oh, what if I had money? I would do that instantly.
It is English. It's the English text, right? Not the Japanese version. Not NAR Ultimate XL5.
Hold on, let me look at that again. Yes.
Shit.
Hold on.
Such deal.
That's gonna be there. That's gonna be there for 6 days. It's 6 days left. You give me money tomorrow, I can make that purchase.
I can go 2 days without lunch. Hold that for Ultimate Ninja 5. Sold!
Add to watch list.
Although, to be fair, I'm going to have to also... Wait, is that bidding or buy it now?
Hold on. Checking.
I like how we're doing our eBay shopping while we're doing the podcast.
Place bid, but since there are no bids already and it says it's been listed for 10 days prior, I think we're good.
You sons of bitches better not put a fucking bid on this. I want this game.
Best way to get a Let's Play out of the way.
All two of you who are watching this.
And for that, I am definitely coming on board for that, because I've been wanting to play this for years.
Oh, dude, same here. I've been wanting to get on Ultimate Ninja 4 for a long time, but I just don't know if, because of the region locking, I'm going to have to get Action Replay for my PS2, which even then, I will be happy to drop money into so I can hack some games. Probably get Infinite Zenny for Budokai 3 so I can unlock all the shit again. Yay!
Nice. Which reminds me, actually, I think we were contemplating doing this in July, but it just hit me. We should hold off on Budokai HD Collection until we have something that can record in HD, because what the hell is the point of recording HD Collection in 480p?
Oh, I was just going to do Budokai 3 in standard.
Nah, hold off on that. Forget about that.
I do like me some Budokai 3 soundtrack, though. Ugh. No, I do want to do it in that, because that's where I have all my characters' stats on ridiculous levels.
I have character ridiculous stats on this one.
I have ridiculous... I have a Vegeta where I can go Super Saiyan 3 with 2.5 energy bars.
Super Saiyan 3?
Super Saiyan 4. Super Saiyan 3. Hell yeah, I got the bonus edition. Yeah! I got the bullshit edition of Budokai 3.
Raging Blast. Reminds me, actually, we could actually cover that pretty quickly, because to my knowledge, it's actually a pretty short game.
Raging Blast?
Raging Blast 1, yeah.
I thought you said that's the one that has an ostensibly long story mode.
It depends on if you're going for star completion or not.
Oh fuck, star completion, dude! I'm just gonna trailblaze through that thing. It doesn't have damage scaling like in Tenkaichi 3 either. It just lets you go with basic setups, and that's it.
I forgot what we were supposed to be talking about.
Tell me about it. Well, we were talking about getting Storm. No, I was about to say Storm 5. We're not that far ahead. Jesus Christ! Hello,
that sounds like fun.
Hello, year 2020. Where'd you come from? 2020, year of perfect vision. Anyway, we were talking. Yeah, Revolution. I don't have anything more to really add to what we've already said.
Not yet, anyways. We might make another one of these in March or July or whenever the hell is close to release.
Yeah, when we have a lot more information available to us to actually go off of. Which
reminds me, actually, jump on that damn capture card, because I want to get Storm 3 out of the way and done with before any new information for Revolution comes out, so I can do it before I get enraged by it.
You know what I should do?
What?
I'm going to get a crap load of money from Christmas, so I should just go ahead and buy the AverMedia when I'm in Boston.
Actually, probably, yeah. It's relatively cheap now, anyways.
Yeah, although I'm probably going to have to wait until... No, wait, I don't have to wait until then, because my dad's got a Blu-ray I can test out and see if I can capture footage that way. Well, this is going to be an interesting next few weeks, I can say that much.
PS3 is copy protected for HDMI. You won't be able to get Blu-ray on that. What you do is you test Tekken Tag 2.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oops. Well, no, I could still... Well... Does AverMedia do component inputs?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It actually does component better than HDMI, from what I've heard from Rich, as far as PS3 goes.
Huh.
Makes it look nearly identical.
Well, now. So not only do we do a podcast about Storm 3 Full Burst and Revolution, now we're talking about our Christmas lists. Hell yeah.
Oh, no, believe me, I've already got my Christmas shopping out of the way for the most part. I just need to wait for the rest of it to fucking arrive.
I have no idea what the fuck I want to get for Christmas.
You know what's really annoying is I can order something from Hong Kong and then have it arrive a week later. Order something from Japan, which is actually a lot closer than Hong Kong, and have it take 3 weeks and still not get here yet.
You know, your Christmas present to me should totally be getting Tyson Special on my Wii. That'd be great.
Oh, yeah, now I know what you're talking about. I thought you meant the actual disc.
No, oh my god. I'm not gonna ask you to drop $80 on me.
We can work on that whenever. We just need to find a way to get that down pat.
Oh, hell yeah. I think we should wrap this up before we go on our tangent about talk about Christmas lists.
So what was originally a 1-part became a 2-part, became a 3-part. Wham.
Booyah. Well, it's all gonna be one video. I'm just gonna section it up.
Can't say we don't get shit done, at least.
Yeah, right? We multitask like no one's fucking business. Okay,
Like, I swear.
so Revolution, make it good, add stuff, make it decent, and make better combat mechanics. That's what I say. You? One sentence, go.
Add content, make it better, make it fast. Streamline everything.
Sounds good to me. Okay, see you guys.
Bye-bye.